So the three letters UFO, um, there's three words in there. That's kind of a precept or something, like a presupposition or something. Like, in order for you to subscribe in the belief of something as is worded, you recognize that it can be worded in so many other different ways that gives them or takes away credulity or power from it. Why are we distracted from extraterrestrials by the aliens? Because aliens illegally uh, it's determined that a lien had to be filed. So the alien is the combination of a lien against dominion or occupancy, right? Dominion is a form of occupancy, or occupancy is a form of dominion. Who's on third? What came first, the chicken or the egg? You can word it. I would say that there were like IFOs and ISOs, right? Like identified flying and identified submerged objects. Because they're a distraction usually from a Pizzagate or an Epstein or something like that. Then why would we be distracted from, what if like there are possibilities that extraterrestrials, be it that they're more connected with the earth than even humans, that it's amazing that we might have come from somewhere else. They can rewire neurology. Even though your immune system kills it immediately, they don't need to overtake our immune system as much as it would play in for like another grouping of species that has to proliferate the Cibolii, Gondii Cibolii, which is oddly is like small, is almost like a neutrino from the sun, like something smaller than a molecule, smaller than a neutron. Like it's it's almost like electron size. It's almost like, like it's smaller than like, so it's like maybe they're trying to scare you with the idea of something like COVID because it's like small. That small is a Cibolii Gondii. Yeah, Gondii Cibolii. And it didn't work with like when you wash your vegetables and when you're not pregnant and you wash your vegetables and you kick the cat out if you're pregnant and everything. It didn't work. So our immune system conquers it, and the other possibilities that they want to study it because it could make you, it could give any animal a pheromone that would overpower it, so it would be attracted to a predator. So if it could do that, if it could play with pheromones, which affect hormones, that, because when one animal smells something, puts it into overdrive or something, it's not going to work with other animals. It's not going to get like a coyote's not going to get turned on by like a cat or a raccoon, So it took this, and it's not a fungus. Is it a fungus? Parasitic funguses. Like there's that one that gets in the snail's eye and turns it into like this strobe light thing. It's like a rave or something. And the bird pecks out the maggot from his eyeball, and the snail just grows another eyeball. And then he's fine, like it never happened. I thought it would have killed him or something. It's like they don't always want to kill, like it's not always when they like kill. And like the Cibolii Gondii, it could cause something like grizzly bears or something. It could have been, tell that polar bear to go fuck that grizzly bear. Like, because I need another way to proliferate Cibolii Gondii right now. And so since that's the way that it was hypothetically, could it be responsible for new species happening? Then I would almost buy into the idea that humans are not hundreds of thousands or millions of years old, If I don't already subscribe to the evolution, right? and I think it's creationism or something like entropy. Basic, and your DNA is alive more than you. It can repair itself in other generations past your own lineage. Even if it's your DNA, it's alive more than you. Like, you're only alive during conception. After that, you start dying. We all agree that you start dying after conception, right? Successful conception, and then you start dying. But the DNA can repair itself in another lifetime after you. So it's like, your kid's not going to suffer from like some of the same habits that you might have damaged your DNA. There's a difference between probably damaging well, if you damage your lungs, does it damage your DNA like inadvertently? So some Gnostics would be like, the DNA is the soul. And then we took the symbolism from the two intertwined snakes from something that was like about that. It would say Don Balawedo, and then it shows up in the Matrix, and it shows up on the side of an ambulance, and it's like, symbolisms get repurposed. We repurpose symbolisms all the time. They actually mean nothing sometimes, unless they have archetypal energy. They actually don't even mean anything. You just repurposed it, We turned a fucking Buddha Rupa into a swastika, then it became a symbol of hate, and Trump's like, enough. Give it back to the Anasazis and the freaking Hindus. Like, we don't need this anymore. Hitler made a mistake when he incorporated it, which is what he fucking did. Why is it that it's gonna be black people who are gonna resist Trump giving the freaking Buddha Rupa back to the Buddhists? That's a bad thing. Why do you have to give a fuck? The only reason that skinheads, white supremacists want to use it is because you don't like it. Like, if they found out that black people didn't care about it, or even venerated it a little bit or whatever, they said, like, then they'll be like, oh, this is some fucking mainstream shit. We make our own symbol out of a freaking Y with another line or something. No, just like making other symbols. It's not the stuff that you like. You know what I'm saying? We popularized your stuff with a music mogul named Ahmed, who was shot in his flat. He was my friend. I don't know if anybody cares that my friend Ahmed was shot and he's in his flat. But he popularized black music, and then we get used to, like, being popularized. And then, like, same thing happens to every race. White people get used to things like hearing a great white shark. Like, why is it called a great white shark? Because it's great and it's white. That must be like a paradise. Like, you might get tired of it. But you can also understand if you took it away from them, then it would be like, hey, that's smarts. What gives? Like, why do you have to, like, ruin all this? Sometimes they could use inflammatory words. Like, recently, liberal hive mind was like, Trump is gutting EBT. Now, he's not. It's almost like he's trying to stir people up. Because Trump didn't gut EBT. He just said that you can't use it in fast food. So that's gutting EBT, And like, if you're like, I don't know, into EBT, then you're gonna be mad. Like, oh, what? That's like, you son of a bitch. Like, how is this a good thing? And everything. But you don't even have to get mad because he said gutted EBT, like gutted. Then you find out at the end of the news story that he's talking about is that you can't use it in fast food. I didn't even know people could use it in fast food. I don't think that's necessary either. That's just a way for you to not cook for your children. So anyways, and I don't even know how to experience what, like, I could talk because I don't have any children. There's gonna be some times when you should maybe, but like, it can be abused. So they're fucking one of those systems that, like, if it can be abused by everybody and you need to keep it a certain way. But how do you conflate like bureaucracy with government when, like, you gotta be loose, you gotta be able to move and versatile and flexible and all these kind of stuff? That's governance, being able to adapt, to make transform something. your company or something, a business. Like it has to make several changes to be survive as a business model. Like it's not going to be the same business at the end that it is when it starts. I mean, if they got to have a company called YouTube, that's not what it is when it's still called YouTube. It's like, damn, it's thorough. Of course, it's like evil, but marketing is like a primeval campaign of like astral plane, like lunar astral plane, like symbols and shit. It's a repurposing the symbols, but they're like a rotary phone. Like when you dial, you just like go open a portal or a Stargate, open a quantum realm in a field or like in a subject or something. You know, like there's initiate studies and then there's quantum studies. And the college is supposed to be like quantum studies. You know? You should probably still be playing sports and shit. Like, leave that shit to old people. Leave academia to old people. And then do like sports and advanced fucking in 101. And like get children. And then your children will motivate you to do the things that you're supposed to do when you need academia. And it sounds like such a fucking bad idea. How did I get you to fucking admit that you're gay? You're not gay. You could be straight and gay at the same time. You're being gay. That's what it is. You're not gay, you're being